All right, now for our floor vents and registers. And as you're working through this design, I'm going through the videos doing it. I'm doing all my supply air uh, systems first, and then I'm coming back and I'll do the return air systems after that. And I don't know if you noticed it or not, but when we were putting in the ductwork, it gives you the system type right here. Supply air is the default, so I didn't say anything about that. So, but when we switch over to return air, you'll have to change that. All right, so we're going to start with some floor register boots, and I've given you two of them to download. And we're going to start with our perpendicular one. And I'm going to start with a 4 by 10 by 6 inch. And of course, there's not one, so we'll have to make one. So we're going to duplicate this one, call it a 10 by 4, and change the register length to 4 inches. Ah, and then we'll save that one. Okay. And I'm going to go with first floor level, and I'm going to give it a -5 inch offset, and I'll show you why in just a moment. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to pop it in this room right here. All right, so let's bring this section over here to look at it. Of course, I need to move it over. Okay, so here it is right here. And you can see the top of it is at the top of my finished floor. So that's kind of the way I want it right now. I may have to move that down um, when we get through with some more stuff. So I'm going to leave it right there for right now. Well, this is weird. What's that? Oh, my carpet. I did carpet at half inch. Duh. I have to fix that. Thank you very much. All right, so what you're going to do, I found it easier to just go ahead and pop all of these in of the size that I needed. So I put all my 4 by 10 uh, rectangular ones in that I needed, just dropped them in the room as I needed them. And then I switched over to the 4 by 12 and I put them in. Okay, so just put all of your supply air ones in. And honestly, I find it easier to rotate these things using the rotate command. You can certainly work with these things, but they rotate them both, you know, um, clockwise, counterclockwise, but then they turn them over. They roll them also. So I find it easier to do them that way. And you can always look at your sections to make sure you're good. All right, now then to to get these things lined up where we want them, I position them in the room. Typically they go against the outside wall under a window. Oh, I'm on my basement plan. Do it on the first floor plan so you can see your frame walls and your windows. Okay, and so I'll get it kind of put in place. Now bring um, your longitudinal section in, and you want to be able to see your floor joist. So you may have to hide that void floor that we created. And now you can see where your floor joists are. And so we'll kind of line it up in the middle of a floor joist bay. All right, now just let me look at my, I don't have one going in there. I'm going to go ahead and place a one of the parallel boots in, just so you can see the difference between the two. So I'm going to go ahead and place one of them in. I think it needs to go that way. Yeah, the long part is the actual register. So let's, like so. Okay, so that's how that one would go in. And let's check this section. And you see I need to center it up there. Okay, so that's how those would go in. Now to run my duck, I'm going to go back to my basement plan. And these are, we're going to use a round hard duck for these. So I'll go to my duck, round default, and let's look at our routing preferences. So for elbow, we want an elbow on these. And so I'm going to go load family. Come on. Let's go back to the library. Duck. Fittings. Round. Elbows. And we're going to use a round elbow gore. That's the adjustable type that most houses use. Okay. Preferred junction type. We'll go with a tap. Junction. I'm going to go ahead and load a transition. I'm not sure what the difference between DTL and length is, but I thought I just, thought I just loaded it. Where'd you go? Oh, I loaded a transition. Do a round takeoff for the tap. We're not going to be doing any transitions. Okay. Union, don't think we need a union, won't need a cap. So we, and I like the, it doesn't matter, the foregore 1D. The 1D is what you want. That's 1 times the diameter for the radius of the bend. Tap, round takeoff standard, and that should work. Okay. Now then, this duck is a 6-inch diameter duck. And we're going to go reference label top foundation. No, it was first floor. Duh. I think it was first floor, -5. Yeah, that's what we were dealing with. So first floor, -5. And it may pick that stuff up automatically if we, but what we'll do is we'll come and hit the connector point on the duct and come down and actually, I'm gonna try this. Yeah, didn't think it would work like that. It worked better to do this in the section view. So let me flip that and go to my section view so you can see what we're dealing with. Yeah, this is what I want right here. So let me go back to my duck. 6-inch. Start with my connection point there. And I'm going to drag it over until I'm about to the center of that piece of duct, and I'll click once, and then I'll come down into the duct itself like that, and then click and escape. And it puts the elbow in. There's actually a piece of transition duct that comes down inside there. And so that's how that works. And then when you look at it in your other section, it's in the joist bay. We look at it in plan view. There it comes across just like that. Now, wasn't that easy? Okay, so now you're going to put in the rest of your supply registers and do the ductwork for them. We are going to do over here on the right side, I'll do one to show you how to do the flexible duct. And that will be my next video. We'll show you that. Okay.